Bitcoin has been on a tear this year, rallying more than 150% and beating other assets, including the Dow Jones Industrial Average and gold. JPMorgan analysts came out saying that the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has seen inflows of almost 2 billion since October, compared with outflows of 7 billion for ETFs backed by gold. So is gold dying at the hands of Bitcoin? That's what we will be discussing today. And what a great guest to talk about this with. Robert Kiyosaki, bestselling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and many other books. Robert, always good to have you on. Welcome back.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you. And great subject to talk about. For full disclosure, I own Bitcoin, I own gold, and I own silver.
And that's why I thought you'd be perfect, Robert, because I know you're in all these and you're not favoring one over the other right now. But the question is gold dead?
No, people miss the macro. I think our national debt is over $50 trillion. Don't quote me on it. So you think Bitcoin is going to cover that? You think silver is going to cover it? You think gold is going to cover that? So as gold goes down, to me, it's a buying opportunity. The same as when Bitcoin crashed, it was a buying opportunity. And so all you guys who are gold guys, just look at the biggest problem of all. This COVID is not going away. And the economy is crashing. And they haven't started to print money yet. Look at Janet Yellen. I don't know what that means. If she becomes Treasury Secretary, she was Fed chairman. And if Biden persists, she becomes Secretary of Treasury. That's the marrying of the Fed and the Treasury. That's MMT. That's magical or Marxist monetary theory. They're going to print like crazy. So I think our deficit is really around 50 trillion, off balance sheet liabilities and all this. Plus our pensions are going to collapse. So it's really bad news, but it's good news for gold.
I think this was the scary figure, at least from the JPMorgan analysis, is that Bitcoin only accounts for 0.18% of family office assets compared with 3.3% for gold ETFs. So they're saying tilting the needle from gold to Bitcoin would represent the transfer of billions in cash. Is that a reality that could happen?
Look, anything's possible today. Who knows what can happen today? But the point here is this, that you have to look at what the problem is. And the problem is the American economy is crushed. Our pensions are crushed. That's why I wrote the book, Who Stole My Pension? Because the authors, Ted Siddell and myself, Ted's the #1 whistleblower on pensions in America. And both his father and my father lost their pensions. And Danielle, that's coming. So the pension problem, which was now it's all been stuffed with the CMBS's collateralized mortgage-backed securities, the same as the derivatives of 2008. It hasn't gotten any better. It's gotten worse since 2008. So as gold goes down, in my opinion, that's good. But the sleeper of all, as you know, I'm on Lear Capital, but Lear doesn't pay me. I am sincere when I say I buy silver, because the biggest trend coming now, let's say America does go socialist or Marxist, which it is this Green New Deal. The Green New Deal is they're going to take the money away from oil and they're going to give it to capitalists who understand green energy. They're going to start giving their money to solar and all that. So solar is jumping and all this. So anything the communist socialists of America are backing is good for us. But that makes it for silver, because silver is used in, medicine, all that. So silver is still 50% off its all-time highs. So I see it as a fabulous time for silver, gold, and Bitcoin. So we were laughing about my friend Peter Schiff goes a little nuts, but anyway, because I don't know why he trashes Bitcoin. When it dropped that far, I had to buy it. It's the same as gold and silver. It's called buy low, sell high.
It's interesting, right? And you're one of the few, Robert, I want to say, experts out there that has embraced both, because most people are really taking a side here. Like this gold Bitcoin debate is on fire and people are so passionate about one side over the other. But I say, why not embrace both?
Well, why not all three? I'm trying to say, Silver, you look, it hasn't really fluctuated that much. It's come off of, like, let's say $50, and it's about 25. And even when gold went down, silver stayed solid. That's because the socialists, the commies, I'm a Marine, in a former Marine, so I think like, I don't like communists, but they're in America today, you know. But they're going to start driving the price of silver. So that's, and like I said, I'm a Lair Capital. I own silver. I believe in silver. They don't pay me for it. But for the average person, they can afford 25 bucks. They can't afford Bitcoin.
What happens if the Fed stops purchases in a year from now, Robert? Won't many assets, including Bitcoin, gold, be hurt by that?
No, I don't think so. I think it's because they're gold, silver, Bitcoin are outside the central bank, the communist bank system. That's why Yellen being Fed and then Treasury is a start of centralized government in America. That's how I see it. And, you know, I fought in Vietnam twice. I didn't fight for this. This is communism, centralized planning. So that's why you look at the problem in America is probably a $50 trillion problem. So, you know, how are they going to fix it, Danielle? I don't know. So it could go up, it could go down, and gold, silver, Bitcoin each has strengths and weaknesses, good and bad about it. So I don't get into the argument.
Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, as always, thank you for your insights and for chiming in on this debate between Bitcoin versus gold. And thank you so much for watching. We'll have much more for you, so be sure to stay tuned to Stansberry Research. We're on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I'm Daniela Cambone.